Have you ever been editing or looking for a specific moment for friends or a short video in your long-form videos or streams, but it takes you forever to find them, or you just can't be bothered to look through all that runtime? Well, let me introduce you to Auto-Hightlighter, a command plugin tool you can download onto your PC that allows you to generate as many clips as you want for free with no AI. And it's great! Though I will tell you up front that this tool, which only works for Windows, not sure if it works for anything else, only creates 40-second long videos when the audio has hit a specific decibel point or gone over it. So while it will generate clips, it doesn't have features to find specific moments from your streams. So this only really works the best if all those clippable moments are when you are laughing, screaming, or projecting above that certain threshold, which for me is usually the case. Also, the reason the video is so long is because I will be showing you how to install the plugin along with what you'll need for it to all work, how Auto-Hightlighter actually works, how sound comes into play, how to make those clips, and additionally how you can use them in your editing. But anyways, if that all entices you, let's get on to the video. Hello everyone, welcome to a really quick tutorial on how to take your VODs or really long videos and cut them down into 40-30 second possible short videos for promotion on your TikToks, YouTube's, Instagram, whatever you want. And it's completely for free. Like, all it takes is a little elbow grease and you'd be getting it done really quickly, really simply. But hi, first of all, I'm DaGaptain. I make videos, I do stuff. And I'm talking about this because I haven't really seen anything else on it, and I think you should know because it's a pretty cool thing. But just for some information, it does use your command prompt, which is a thing on your PC, as you can see. And I know some people might get a little bit iffy about it. I know I definitely was, but I can promise you from all the times that I've used it, it's been pretty okay, pretty decent. I would just say do be very careful if you're ever going to be showing it to anyone, because I noticed when I was trying to record before, it kind of showed some personal information. So just be a little mindful because it is taking information from your computer, and if you have anything private on there and you were to, let's say, be streaming this little process, just be a little mindful that some things will show certain other things. But basically what it does, let me show you what it does first, because it is a very cool thing. So over here, this is my massive stream files. So I've been doing a lot of streaming over on my Twitch, and what I do is I like to put it into this lovely little file called streams in all caps, and from here I record in MKV, turn them into MP4s, and then edit in MP4 because Premiere Pro doesn't like MKVs. But basically what we're going to do today is we're going to turn our very long hours of clips and footage. I like how this one's 4 minutes. It's because my PC crashes. And we're going to turn them into something like this. Let's go to the Among Us one, where we have all these randomly named files that are all about 40 minutes long, and it's pretty cool. Let me show you one. Yeah, so as you can see, it's about 40 minutes long, and what it does, it clips a moment from your streams using audio, actually. So if I turn this up for you, it's at this point right here where the system would detect the thing, and that would be why, because someone's microphone peaked. So how it works is it doesn't use any AI, it doesn't check anything else that you've been doing. All it does is it checks if you go above a certain audio threshold, and if you have no idea what that means, don't worry, I'll explain it to you. But I'm going to go through other things today, like how you can get it all working, what you'll need, how to use it, how to get around some things, and if you have comments, do let me know. I can try help you in the comments below, because some of them actually took me a little bit to get around. But I'm also going to show you how you can take these really interesting videos and take them into your editing process as well to make things a little easier for you so that you don't have to cycle through to find these exact moments. But yeah, basically what I would suggest for you is, if you are going to do this, definitely have a streams folder and have a streams clips folder. I'll have these two in the exact same location. And in your stream clips folder, I'd also suggest you have a commands list. And what this basically is the written down stuff you can easily copy paste into command prompt, because things don't save there. Like that's just how it works. Anyways, let's get into some technical things. First and foremost, this is made by iHaveCandy7, or on their GitHub, they are known as Porplax. Lovely name, and lovely service as well. So this is called the Auto-Hightlighter. I found this randomly while trying to search for stuff, and the only thing I was getting hit with was paid AI stuff. But this, completely free, just takes a bit of elbow grease, some thinking, and it is quite literally self-explanatory for the most part of it. And it's literally just a tool to do TikTok editing, to make it a little easier, especially when siphoning through your stuff. So it only makes clips of your pre-existing audio. It does audio and video. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't like make it look extra pretty. That's gonna be you. But basically, it's super easy, super simple. All you have to do, download as a zip, or you can download from their pip section. I'll be putting these links in the description below. And additionally, you're going to want Python. Where's the section that says it? Yeah, Python, anything above 3.11 or 3.11, and FFmpeg. FFmpeg. Yeah, that's how you say it. All right, so I just pulled up FFmpeg and Python. They're super really easy to use. Just download the ones that apply for your PC or computers. Download. You can go to the latest editions and whatnot and easily download them from there. Python will probably make you have to restart your computer because it will download onto your actual PC. So it kind of has more control compared to FFmpeg, which has a bit of a grittier way of going about it, because with FFmpeg, we have to make it recognizable for the PC. So with Python, simply install based on what it is, download, and then there'll be a thing where you just double click and it should install. Whereas with FFmpeg, I would suggest doing it after you download Python, but FFmpeg also download, but then you're gonna want to probably make a section for your FFmpeg. I can probably set down some videos for how that works, but basically, once you have it from your downloads, ignore all of this, it's just my stuff. Pick a location where you want to put it. For me, I have it in my local disk, and make a folder called FFmpeg. And then in there, you're gonna want to pull everything from the extracted files into your folder. Now, this won't actually make it so that when you try do anything on your command prompt to make it see that you actually have FFmpeg on your PC, it's probably going to say something like, hey, this wasn't actually found, we can't find what you're looking for. And how you get around that is actually going to your search bar and searching up something called edit the system environment variables. Specifically this one, do not search up the edit environment variables. It's probably going to come up with that. I think it's called system properties. So you want to search up system properties specifically. Now go to your advanced tab and then go to environment variables. Now the reason why I say don't go to the normal environment variables, this is what it looks like. This is what that one looks like, right? This is the one that we just pulled up from this. This is the one we just pulled up randomly. As you can see, we can't edit anything. We can edit up here, but we don't want to use this. As for here, we do want to use this section, because what we're looking for is this section called path, and we want to edit this. So getting rid of the other one, make sure you pull up specifically system properties, go into environment variables. Now you want to go edit, and I've got it here as well already, but what you want to do is you want to edit, and then you also want to specifically go into bin of your FFmpeg, and then you want to copy the address. Right? Because what I did when I was doing it before is I was copying the address of this entire file, but what it's actually looking for is this specific application. So you want to make sure it's going towards the application, not the file itself. So what it's going to do is it's going to look through this specific folder and see that it's here. It's not going to look through your other folders. It's only going to look for anything that it can open that's not a folder, if that makes sense. Additionally, you should probably want to make a section where your PC can also see that it's got the Auto-Highlighter, which I'll show you in just a second. But yeah, you want your edit, don't edit actually, you want to press new and you want to copy paste. And then it'll show you the directory. I'd suggest putting it somewhere where it's got simple directory, where it's not all this, then dash, then dash, then dash, then dash. I don't even know what some of these are, but then going like that. Additionally, if you want, you can also add Python just in case you feel like something might be missed. But at the same time, definitely include your auto-highlighters. I've included a new one recently because I was wondering why my PC was acting up, but it's fine. I just realized I was doing it wrong. But technically speaking, I can delete these because I have made a new section for this. I don't know what command is. We're not going to talk about that. Anyways, so auto-highlighter, where did I put that? Yeah, I also put it in my disk drive. But just in case you feel like something's not working, I'd suggest you also make a section for the auto-highlighter where you can easily find it. and then just add them in there. I've included both this section and like the inside of the highlighter section just in case. You don't necessarily need to do this. It's just extra precaution in case it doesn't actually find it. Actually, I think it is required because when you're trying to download it, it's trying to find it, but then it can't actually find it. So let me actually show you what that looks like, because now that I've got a spot for it, it will try and find it. So back to our little Reddit page or the GitHub page, I'd suggest looking at the GitHub more because you can actually see more GIFs and progress of what's actually going on. So I've already got it installed, but I will show you what it will look like while it's installing. So all you have to do is go down, you'll see this pip install auto section. And I'm pretty sure if I just chuck this in, yeah, it does that. I want to get this right because if I don't get it right, it means it's fucked. Pip comes automatically installed, but basically, what it should look like when it says that it has been installed is it will show up in your site packages on your Python section. So all you have to do, find where your Python is. Usually it's in your app data, local Python, Python core, lib, and then site packages. It will be labeled as highlighter. Now I've chucked all the other highlighter stuff in there just in case, but like I don't think I necessarily need it. That's just some extra stuff for it. But yeah, you can see pip right here, all the other stuff that comes with Python, and then it'll be right there. I'm just confused about this, personally. I mean, I could always just check these so that it checks the version. You know, Python's working if it does that. Then if we do the same with FFmpeg, we do the same. It's just giving me all this stuff. Yep, it's got versions and whatnot. So yeah, you can see that it's installed. Done that, it all should be working. Man, I'm a great tutorial person. Don't you agree? Maybe it's this thing. What if I try this? Oh, wait, what? What? Okay, how come that one worked, but the other one didn't? Could not find a version that set us. Okay. Okay, so for some reason, when I tried this one, it didn't work, but it might have to do with this thing right here. Whereas when I tried with this one, it did work. So basically, it's just saying that it's been installed. There's pip saying like, hey, you can update it. No matching distribution found for Auto-Hightlighter. I'm going to assume that's usually because I've already got it on there and it's probably saying, hey, since you already have this, you might need like a new version, but hey, could not find a version that satisfies the requirement. Auto-Hightlighter Pi from versions none. Yeah, there's no other versions for this. If you're coming across this issue, definitely put it in the comments below because I don't want to go through the process of going through it all over again. But like the website, this program, all of this is pretty self-explanatory. It should usually just work. All right, hi, Editing GT here. I found the problem. It's because of the writing. So as you can see, I was writing pip uninstall Auto-Hightlighter Pi here. Yeah, I forgot the T. The T's not there, and it's actually on the site as well. They forgot the T right here. It's correct down here, but when I did try doing this one, for some reason it didn't work. But either way, just take it, make sure it's spelled correctly. This is incorrect. I also updated the thing, but then I did spell it correctly right here. So it should just automatically work. Just in case, make sure you do have your system variables saying like, hey, it's looking at these things, just in case. But hey, it technically should just be able to find it even if it's not there. So yeah, easy, it should be there, and then it'll just tell you all these like other things, and then it's installed. Yeah, I missed the freaking T! From there, I'm gonna open it back up on a new slate. But basically, once you do actually have it installed, hopefully it actually does install, unless I'm a terrible tutorial person. Who knows, maybe someone will come along and be like, okay, this is what DaGaptain did wrong, so you want to do this. Basically, what you want to do once you've done that is I would suggest doing the help thing first, where you have your command saying that it's doing all this other stuff, like saying help and all that. We'll get to this in just a second, because that would be part of the highlighting making. But basically right here, we can see a brief idea of what we can put in. So we want to do, sometimes you can just chuck in highlighter, do the dash dash, then help. But then for me and my computer, you actually have to write Python/m, which is basically being like, hey, you're kind of calling to Python because it uses Python. Anyway, so Python/m highlighter help. And if it works, it will show you this. I'd suggest you do this after you install it. If it doesn't come up, something's gone wrong, I'm so sorry. But if it does come up, congratulations, you can now use the program. So basically from here, it tells you about the things that you can do, what you can include after this extra section. And you've got your options and your commands. So help is an option. Show completion is probably just, I haven't used any of these. Store completion for the current shell, or show completion for the current shell to copy it or customize the installation. I don't know what that means. It probably has to do with the actual highlighter itself, if there's like an update or something. But what we're going to be focusing on today is reference and analyze. So reference refers to when you chuck a video in here and you're saying, hey, can you reference the video? What it's going to do is it's going to look at it and it's going to basically, reference is the one where it's going to look at the video and tell you the stats about it, but it's not actually going to make those clips. It's just going to tell you like how possibly long it will take, what it actually finds from it, all that stuff without doing anything to it. Because, you know, it's the quick way of doing it. Whereas analyze is the one where it's actually going to do all that again, but then it's going to actually make those clips. So it's going to take a little longer. So I would suggest, I said this at the start of the video with your clip section to make a command text, just anywhere works. And in mine, I've got it specifically for the source, examples, how it all works, and then a few other things. So, oh yes, I found it using ChatGPT. We don't need ChatGPT. All right, I fixed up my source. My source is fixed up because I had it as a completely different source. I found it using ChatGPT. Thank you, ChatGPT. You save my life sometimes. But anyways, basically what this section is saying is all sorts of things. The examples is an easy way to try and understand what exactly you're looking at. So for an example, I'm pretty sure, yeah, analyze is the one I'm talking about. So you have your whole Python thing where it's going to call to Python. You have the highlighter, which is the plugin itself. You have reference or analyze, which will do either one or all. And then here I've got a section where it's saying the output, or more specifically the input of what exactly I want it to be looking at. So as an example, I'm just going to have it reference this stream, Minecraft random items stream that I did. So if I go into my command prompt here and I just copy paste this in, what it's going to do is it's going to go through all this stuff. It's going to do all this. It's going to check all the plugins. It's going to check all the audio files. I have 6 because OBS allows for 6. And what it's going to do, it's going to tell you the size, bitrate, speed, and it's just going to reference it. And basically reference in this case is just saying, hey, we're looking at it. We're seeing what we can find. I'll let it do that thing while I tell you about the rest of these. So the difference between reference and analyze, as you can see, is that one of them actually has an output. And what that basically means is that it's going to output the clips that it finds from this video into this section, which is actually this clips area right here. The reason why I have different folders for different clips is because they tend to muddle up and repeat. And this is a lot. This is 91 clips, so you know. But it's also because it introduces this index file, which while you're doing your thing, it will show you clips and whatnot. So index file, you actually don't need it. It will get replaced each and every time you have your output in the same section. And if you don't move it, then it's that. But all it basically does is it tells you the clip name that it's done, where the clip was done at, and the decibel audio. So Decibel audio, when it comes to this plugin program that they made, is actually really infuriating because it took me forever to figure it out. But basically, I'll get into this in just a second, but this is basically saying what the peak sound was, what it was that had it going to that section and why it did that clip. So if I back out, it would just go there. Has it done the thing? No, it might take a while. It doesn't matter too much. It will just tell me something at the very end. Basically, I'll have my clip going in here. But for this example, we're going to, let me get rid of all this because we don't need it anymore. I'm going to pick a really short clip. I could do the 4 minutes, but I don't know if I'm screaming at all in the very first section. So 30 minutes works, 30 minutes. I'm going to copy the path. And I'm going to go back to this section. So I keep it as my examples. That's all normal. We'll get to this in just a second. But then if I want to be using my analyze, I'm just going to replace this section, the whole brackets, not brackets, the exclamation, it's not exclamation marks, the whole speaking things and all. Replace that, you know, Control C to Control V. And That's actually wrong, I just realized. And then we're also going to add our output, which for some reason isn't on this one. Anyways, so this is what our full script looks like. So it says Python M, what it's cooling to, highlighter, what's being cooled, analyze, where it's going to analyze the video and make the clips. I don't know why video is here. Oh, video's there because I had it as a reference being like, hey, replace the word video with this. So technically it was like this for a reason. I don't know why this was gone. It just was. Let me put that back. So we're gonna have that. Make sure the spaces are all correct. So you have your video, which it will take and do all the clips for. Then so basically your input, then your output, so where it's going to put them. And then you'll notice here that I have a thing called decibel threshold -15. The fun thing about this lovely little program for some reason is that automatically it will only make clips if your audio peaks at 85. And that doesn't make sense because audio, especially digital audio, when you're capturing it anyways, can only go between a threshold of like -100 to like 0. So getting that extra 85 is basically impossible. So that's where I've got this section and this. I had to find out that if you want to change the specific decibel threshold, aka the audio where it peaks, you have to include this at the end. However, it doesn't work when you do it in reference. So if you are using reference and your default is 85, it's not going to say there's any clips, which is kind of dumb. But then at the same time, I could be looking at this completely wrong and maybe I'm the dumb one. I'm definitely the dumb one. I had to record this twice because I thought I fucked it up. But basically, you want to add that at the very end just in case it's saying, hey, the decibel range is actually 85 and we found absolutely no clips from your thing. So yeah, you have no clips. So including this decibel threshold -15 will allow you to hopefully have something. So as an example, I can actually show you here with my own microphone. I'm peaking out around the -20, -15 mark, -10, all that. But if I speak really loudly, I'm going to get to the 0 section. Should I just scream? Should I just... Ah! Oh, actually, no, I won't. So I've got a thing on my mic where it actually suppresses me to only -10. But my point is that it will always be within a certain range. It will never go above this, which is really weird that it was 85, but hey, it is what it is. So changing it to 15 every time it goes past this point, it will make a clip. Now, usually it's a little different like that. Like, even though it's saying -15, it might not actually be that in the actual audio. And most of the time it does kind of overlap. So if I go back to my files, stream clips, maybe it's done now? Yeah, okay, so it's done. So let's open this up a little more. So what it's done is it's gone through. I have no idea what this means. I've just read the stuff and it's telling us about the sounds, what it's checking, all that sort of stuff. I have mine labeled because, you know, Discord, we have our all audio, microphone audio. So that's me talking right there. That's just pure me. Game audio, Discord audio, stream alerts, music. I'd suggest making sure that you do have your first one on all audio, especially if you are Twitch streaming. That's just something completely normal. But then basically you want to come down to this output section and it's just going to tell you everything about the audio and it's going to tell you where it's going to chuck it as well. This is really important because I will show you in just a second. It's the temp folder, but yeah, it'll be temp right there. So basically it tells you this, tells you your debug, your frames, what you're looking at, how it works, the duration, so how long the actual video went, all that. And then it also mentions the decibel analysis, which is really important because if you are sounding a bit different, it's going to do it at a different point. So for this video, my maximum decibel sounding range was -7, which is on here about here, which is really loud. Just so you know, audio between your mic, even if it's suppressed, I found out that if you have audio going on in the background that's also similar in loudness, it's actually going to bump that audio up more. So the more audio that's going on, the louder it actually gets. That's pretty self-explanatory, but hey, it is what it is. And then it's also going to tell you your average decibel sound. So usually you're going to want it a lot above this. It's also going to tell you a recommendation for which one you should usually have it at, especially if you're trying to make like a certain amount of clips. However, I wouldn't really trust this, especially if you know a general range of where you want to be hitting. Because if you do this, it's really close to the maximum. You're usually most likely to only make 1 or 5 clips minimum. Like 1 clip minimum usually, but maximum like 10 clips, especially if you're not like screaming and yelling all the time. So that's where this section comes in, where I've basically noted down the general audio ranges of me personally, which I would be wanting to have clips coming through by. So if I'm doing a really normal / chill stream, I'm probably going to want my decibel range at -15, which on average, like even if I put that over on the horror and whatnot, it's going to usually make 50 to 100 clips. As we saw in that one file, I don't know which one it was, but here's like Terraria. What was it? Was it this one? Was it this one? It was this one. So I don't know what this one is actually, now that I think about it. I just know that it's 38 apparently. It's probably one of the recent ones. But like usually if you're having a higher negative number, so like -20, -25, I say higher, but really it's lower, you're more likely to make more clips. And the funny thing is it's going to peak at those moments. So for example, this is 53 Subnautica clips, and it doesn't clip anything funny, it just clips the audio. And I want you to know I was sick while doing this. So legit, all those 53 clips is me coughing. As an example, there's me coughing, legit. Okay, it will always mark around this section. That's legit where it peaks. That's why it's generating those clips. And if you cough or hit your microphone, it's probably gonna make a clip. So do be a little mindful about that because it's an audio thing. It's not detecting what you're saying. If you're saying anything funny, because hee hee ha ha, it's just gonna do that. And it's really funny because all those 53 clips is me coughing. And I put that in a video because I found it funny. So let's actually make some actual clips real quick. So I'll be taking this Terraria video, which is only like 30 minutes. Hopefully it's fine. Oh, I didn't mention the other part. Horror and friends, usually there's a lot of loudness. And like I said before, if there's like more loud that's going on, usually there'll be a lot of overlapping. If you want less clips, I'd suggest having it around the -12 section. Of course, play around with it, see how it goes. But -13 is also okay if you're looking for a few extra more. So this was just an average like estimate personally from what I kind of saw. I didn't do the math, I just thought about it. But if you're looking for like less clips, start with -12. Looking for a few more clips, do 13, because sometimes going through all of it can be a bit iffy. But anyways, we're gonna take this. I don't think I was screaming much in the Terraria one, so we'll see. And it's only 30 minutes, so I'm hopefully going to get only a few of them. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back to a command prompt. We're gonna paste this in, and just to make sure it's all good, you got your Python, what it's doing, highlighter, what it's doing, analyze, it's going to analyze the video and make the clips, your input, your output, and what you are specifically saying, hey, this is the peak, this is the average. If it doesn't go, no, this is the minimum, correction. If it goes above this to like -14 or is on that or a little higher, it's perfect. But if it goes below, so like -16, it's not gonna be a clip. We're gonna press enter. And it's gonna do the same thing as it does with reference. But then at the end here, once it goes through the speed thing, it's gonna actually do a really, really cool thing. And you know you've done it right because it will come up with a loading bar that's gonna tell you how many clips it's actually making. So just for reference, I'm going to have it so that we're having them side by side so we can see as they start chucking things through. Additionally, you can wait while it happens. It doesn't take too long usually. Depends how big your video is. And as you can see, this is a pretty decent video. It's 9 gigabytes, holy shit. My videos are fairly big. Anyways, in the meantime, you can always just check what it's called. So this is 008, and then make a new folder for it, 08 Terraria. And as you can see right there, it's showing how many highlights or clips it has made. It's making 5, 6, 7, and then 8. I should also try show you this before it like clicks off real quick. Okay, it's gonna take a while. Did it already happen? Did it already happen? Okay, actually you can see it right here. It's going to use your temp folder. it's going to put that exact same video into your temp folder. So do be mindful that you should have a certain amount of space on your PC. If you don't have enough space, it probably won't work as well. But hey, it's going to make that temp folder. Usually it will delete itself. Okay, it actually doesn't delete itself. Well, fuck me. I mean, it's the temp folder. You can always just like that. So yeah, now we have our clips. So let's just check them out real quick. But first, let me grab this and chuck them into Terraria. Okay, it's saying I can't delete these things, so I'm just gonna say skip for those ones. Been trying to delete them, but they don't. So now it's gone through all of this. It's saying all the stuff. I have no idea what it means. I'm hoping it doesn't like put me on the spot right now. There's actually a lot. Why is there so much? Oh, because it's still making clips. Okay, so when it does purple text, it's usually still generating clips. Oh, no wonder it's saying, hey, we can't do this right now. We're actually using it. So yeah. Oh, it's done. Great. So I can go here. Try again. I don't know. I probably fucked it up if I'm being completely honest. Either way, we should have our clips here. Don't do what I just did. Don't go into your temp folder and start deleting shit while you're doing this. But basically, once it shows that you're back to your normal thing, you can go and check out your clips. Now, once again, you could be using your index to be looking at all the specifics so you can see where things peaked. Go away, notice where things peaked, what time it happened at, all that sort of stuff. It's cool. So as an example, we're going to click on this clip, and usually like the first few areas are going to be semi-quiet, but then when you take it to the middle, oh yeah, the vacuum. Apparently me saying vacuum might have been the peak, but like, yeah, someone in chat was calling it a Roomba or some shit. Anyways, so basically you've got this section where it's going to be, oh, shout out to these guys, where it's going to be peaking your audio, and it's going to do the same for the rest of them. So it's really cool. That's how you get your clips. Super easy, super simple. It's not that easy, not that simple. And then you can go through them one by one if you want. Delete the ones that you don't like if they're really dumb. Disappear! So like that one could be really funny. Who knows? Maybe I could have died if I hit the ground. But like when you're looking for clips, super easy. You don't have to go through them. Now let me show you something I discovered pretty recently, because now once you have your clips, and technically speaking, if you want, you can delete this or you can keep it. But the cool thing about the titles is they include the specific position as well. So this one's saying that at 9 minutes and 27 seconds, that is where the clip is at. So if you are trying to edit a video, for example, let me make a new project, because if you know what? No, let me go into streams real quick. I use this one for trying to fix my streams because my PC crashes a lot. Yay! So let me show you what you can actually do if you're trying to make a montage or even those shorts that you want to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy paste this. I'm going to call it test just for you guys, you know, and then I'm actually going to make a new folder and just chuck it in there. So we got our tests, and I'm going to get rid of these ones as well. And then everything else that's here can also go. So what you can do actually is with your full video, you can, let me make this smaller. You can put it into here, right? Into your editing program, Premiere Pro, whatever you're using, chuck the full thing into your actual editing program. Because you'll notice, especially if you're using audio, like 6 different audio things like I do, definitely do this option rather than just grabbing your actual clips and chucking them in like that. But I'll show you the difference real quick, because it will convert them all into one section. So as you can see, it's only one, just one little section, all 40 minutes, just like that. Something I discovered pretty recently that makes things a little easier is that while you're reading this, you can actually go to this section for the playhead position and you can just type in that number. So it goes by hour, minute, does it? Yeah, hour, minute, second, and then millisecond. So in this case, if I wanted to grab this one specifically, I got to do 00, 0 being the hour, 21 for the minute, 43 for the seconds, and then just do 00 for milliseconds. Take me to that position and then just press marker. Sometimes it takes a while. Premiere Pro is really slow with me. And then we have that moment from that clip. Haven't used it. Oh yeah, the vacuum. I just noticed right now, it actually will tell you the specific peak moment. So technically this right here is that one clip. So if it loads, PC, yeah, it did. So what you can do really easily is just look through your files, like I've been doing, like this, move this over so you can have your marker up, and then you just go one by one into writing all this down. And if you have like a few clips like this, it's not even going to take like 5 minutes. And once you've got all that, you can just cut them down, pull them all together, and then boom, you have like all your clips. So for example, let's say these were the only clips I had, just get rid of those. That's if you're using multiple clips, by the way. And then you can just pull them together and then boom, your clips. I think that's really cool. Wow, it messes my entire thing up every single time, but wow. So yeah, that's what this program is, or really application, command prompt stuff can do. And it's really cool. It's really amazing. I would definitely suggest that if you're looking for specific audios that you're trying to figure out the specifics for, definitely look through, find out what your specific audio type is, and then just go from there. But make it a little neater because these files can get really big. So for example, if I go to my here and open this up, it's actually not that big. Oh, never mind. It's just reading the files. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, so every now and then you're probably going to want to go through them, get rid of anything that you're not using, but it's really cool because you can just make files and then you can look through them if you want, and then you can always just use them for casual stuff as well. Like I've been sending some of them to my friends every time something funny has been happening, and it's just goofy, right? So really easy. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to, use your brain a little bit. Takes a little bit of time to do and set up. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you have any questions regarding Python or FFmpeg, I don't really know them. I will put links in the description below for any tutorials on those as well that helped me, because I definitely had to search up one, which helped me get to the whole environment variables thing. But like, hey, it's really, really cool. And you shouldn't have to pay shitty money for shitty programs when you have this. It's an amazing thing as well, and I also wanted to make the video about it because I don't think many people have kind of seen it, this, and it's like, it's amazing. Like, I don't know if this is specific for this or whatever, but like, it's really cool. I don't want to gatekeep it. No, this is just Twitch specific. Yeah. So I think it's cool. I think it's amazing. Definitely read through any of this if you get a little confused, but like, yeah, I really wanted to make this tutorial for a little while now because I've used it a few times in like the last month or so. It's an amazing thing that someone has made. Shout out to Porplax. Amazing stuff. I hope to see more about it because I haven't seen anything about it. It's made 2 years ago. That's crazy. There's been like no other updates for it, and it is what it is. Like, it's pretty good. But yeah, make sure that you double check your stuff. If you do want to give it a try, definitely check it out. Let me know how it goes for you. Like, I want to know because it's pretty good for what it is. If you're looking for something specifically that isn't audio based, unfortunately this probably wouldn't be for you. But if you are someone who sometimes peaks and makes loud noises and wants to just grab those like interesting moments where you could be screaming, laughing, or whatnot, which usually are the cases for a lot of streams, then this might be for you. And it works really well for me. So I hope you enjoy this, and thank you for watching. I hope it really works out for you guys. I want to see more people using it. If it's a virus, I'm sorry. It hasn't been really bad for me, but yeah, it is what it is. It looks complex, it looks really weird, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in hopefully the next videos. Yay!